Imagine you're standing on the edge of a cliff, staring down into a vast unknown abyss. Your heart races, your palms sweat, and fear grips your entire being. Now what if I told you that the ancient Stoics had powerful philosophies that could help you conquer that fear, and many others? Welcome to our deep dive into 15 Stoic philosophies on facing fears. In this video, we'll explore the timeless wisdom of Stoic thinkers like Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius, bringing their insights into our modern lives to empower us to face our fears head. But before we begin, make sure to hit that subscribe button, like this video, and click the notification bell so you never miss a new upload. And we'd love to hear your thoughts on Stoicism and how you deal with fear, so drop a comment below. Let's dive right in. Stoicism is an ancient philosophy that emerged in Greece in the early 3rd century BCE. It teaches the development of self-control and fortitude as a means of overcoming destructive emotions. Stoics believe that becoming a clear and unbiased thinker allows one to understand the universal reason. The philosophies are not about suppressing emotions, but transforming and understanding them. The first Stoic philosophy we'll discuss is the idea that fear is a choice. According to Marcus Aurelius, if you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. And this you have the power to revoke at any moment. Marcus Aurelius teaches that fear is often a product of our own thoughts. We give power to external events by choosing to fear them. By realizing that fear comes from within, we can start to take control of our reactions and lessen our fears. Imagine you're afraid of public speaking. The fear is not of the act itself, but of your perception of it. Change your perception of it, and the fear diminishes. Next, let's look at the concept of Amor Fati, or love of fate. This philosophy, promoted by Epictetus, advises us to embrace whatever happens in our lives. Instead of fearing the unknown or uncontrollable events, we should accept them as necessary parts of our journey. When we love our fate, we stop resisting what happens and start thriving regardless of circumstances. Think of it as surfing. You can't control the waves, but you can learn to ride them. Facing your fears with this mindset can turn obstacles into opportunities for growth. Our third philosophy is Premeditatio Malorum, or the premeditation of evils. Seneca suggested that we should visualize the worst possible outcomes in any situation. By doing so, we prepare ourselves emotionally for potential setbacks and reduce the shock if they actually occur. It's like practicing for a fire drill. By preparing for the worst, we're less paralyzed by fear when faced with real adversity. For example, if you're worried about losing your job, imagine what life would be like if it happened. This exercise can help you build a plan and reduce the fear of uncertainty. The fourth Stoic principle is the Dichotomy of Control. According to Epictetus, there are things we can control, and things we can control, and things we cannot. The key to reducing fear is focusing on what we can control and letting go of what we cannot. Stressing over things beyond our control only adds to our fear. Let's say you're afraid of flying. You can't control the plane or the pilot, but you can control your mindset and preparation. By focusing on the latter, your fear will diminish. Consider now the fifth philosophy, Memento Mori, or remember you will die. This isn't meant to be morbid, but to remind us that life is short and precious. When we accept our mortality, we stop fearing the trivial things and start living more fully. Think about how differently you'd approach life if you knew today was your last day. The fear of failure or rejection often seems insignificant when viewed through the lens of mortality. So, face your fears with the understanding that life is fleeting, and wasting it on fear is a disservice to yourself. The sixth philosophies view challenges as opportunities. Marcus Aurelius suggested that obstacles are simply the raw material for our own unique greatness. He said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." When we face our fears as opportunities to grow, we shift our mindset from one of avoidance to one of embracing challenges. Think of a butterfly emerging from a chrysalis. The struggle is necessary for its transformation. Likewise, your fears and challenges are necessary for your growth. Seventh on our list is the notion of practicing voluntary discomfort. Stoics believed that by occasionally subjecting ourselves to minor hardships, we build resilience against major fears. Seneca recommended practicing poverty and experiencing discomfort to remind ourselves that we can handle life's difficulties. For instance, if you're afraid of hunger, intentionally skip a meal every once in a while to remind yourself that you can endure it. This practice can make real hardship seem less daunting. The eighth philosophy is live in accordance with nature. This idea centers on living in harmony with the natural order of the world. Marcus Aurelius emphasized that everything happens according to nature's design. When we align our lives with this natural order, we reduce fear by accepting life as it comes. Imagine a river flowing downstream. You can fight the current and exhaust yourself, or you can go with the flow and conserve your energy. Accepting life's natural course reduces the fear of the unknown. Ninth is the approach of mindfulness and presence. Epictetus advised that we should focus on the present moment, rather than worrying about the future. Fear often stems from what might happen, not what is happening. By practicing mindfulness and staying present, we can reduce the anxiety that fuels our fears. Picture a tightrope walker. They remain focused on each step, rather than looking at the end of the rope. By staying present, they maintain their balance and composure. Likewise, staying in the moment can help you face your fears more effectively. The 10th philosophy is impermanence. Epictetus taught that everything in life is transient. Fears, like everything else, will pass. By understanding the fleeting nature of our emotions and experiences, we can better manage our fears. Think of a storm. It may rage for a while, but it eventually passes, leaving calm in its wake. Remind yourself that your fears are like storms, temporary and passing. Next, we have the 11th principle. Cultivate inner virtue. For Stoics, virtue is the highest good. By focusing on developing traits like wisdom, courage, and justice, we build inner strength. This inner strength helps us face fears more confidently. Imagine a tree with deep roots. No matter how strong the winds, it stands firm. Similarly, cultivating inner virtues makes us resilient against the storms of fear. The 12th philosophy is detachment. Marcus Aurelius advised that we should not become overly attached to external things. Detachment helps us face fears related to loss or change. By realizing that our happiness doesn't depend on external circumstances, we can lessen our fear of losing them. Think of a monk who owns nothing yet is content. Their happiness comes from within, making them fearless in the face of external changes. Consider now the 13th principle. Reason over emotion. Stoicism teaches that reason should guide our actions, not emotions. Fear is often an irrational response. By applying reason, we can see our fears more clearly and address them logically. Suppose you're afraid of a medical procedure. Instead of letting fear control you, research and understand the procedure. Knowledge and reason can help you see that your fear might be exaggerated. The 14th philosophy is seek wisdom. The pursuit of knowledge and understanding helps dispel fear. Seneca believed that wisdom equips us to face life's challenges with confidence. When we're informed and educated, we're less likely to fear the unknown. Think of learning to drive. Initially, you might fear the complexity of operating a vehicle, but as you gain knowledge and practice, the fear subsides. Lastly, the 15th philosophy is the courage to act. The Stoics believed that courage is not the absence of fear, but the will to act despite it. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. Courage is about facing fears head-on and taking action regardless of the outcome. Picture a firefighter running into a burning building. They feel fear but are driven by the courage to save lives. Similarly, facing your fears with courage can lead to overcoming them. So there you have it. 15 Stoic philosophies to help you face your fears. By integrating these timeless principles into your life, you can build resilience, reduce anxiety, and live more fully. Remember, fear is a natural emotion, but with the right mindset and tools, it doesn't have to control you. If you found these insights valuable, please subscribe to our channel, like the video, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any updates. And don't forget to share your thoughts and experiences with Stoicism in the comments below. Your journey to a fearless life starts now. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.